cases 1 and 2 for all, ito sa lahat na ha. Regardless of what group do they belong to. Ang nangyayari lagi ay you'll factor out something, may nilalabas lagi, tapos may isa-substitute na identity. So that's what happens always with cases 1 and 2, no matter what group are we talking about. Pag case 3 naman, the difference that we had with this one is that ito direct substitution. Again, balikan natin, for cases 1 and 2, like in this situation, ito ay case 2, yan. So again, ang laging process niyan, kahit pa itong sa group 2 na discuss natin for today, and the group 3 as well that we'll discuss also today, pare-parehas lang yan. Wherein, may ilalabas, may ifa-factor out, at may isa-substitute na identity. So ganun siya lagi. Okay? So meaning, itong same steps na ito, itong series of steps that we have identified for case 2 and case 1 before, yan din yung series of steps na gagamitin natin for case 1 and 2 ng groups 2 and 3. Ang pinagkaiba lang ng bawat isa ay iba ang inilalabas sa bawat group at iba din ang isinasubstitute. Okay? Pero same concept sila or same process. Okay? Sa case 3 naman, for all groups 1, 2, and 3, direct substitution ito. Ibig sabihin, there's no need to factor out something, automatic ay magsasubstitute na agad. Okay? Ayan. So for today, we'll be moving on to group 2. So if group 1 is composed of sine and cosine, ang group 2 naman natin is composed of secant and tangent. So this is what group 2 trigonometric integrals looks like. So we have the integral of tangent raised to mu, secant raised to nu du, where such that m refers to the exponent of tangent and n refers to the exponent of secant. Okay? M ay tangent and then n ay secant. Ano? So yan. So these are the formats that belongs to group 2. Okay? So example natin yan. Let's say for example, we have kunyari lang, we have tangent raised to 5 x secant x dx. Yan. So this is something of the form or that belongs to group 2 kasi meron tayong tangent at meron tayong secant. Kuha nyo? Okay. So ngayon, let's start with case 1. Again, as I told you, yung case 1 and 2 ng lahat ng groups, pare-parehas lang process. May inilalabas at may isa-substitute. So, ganun din dito. Okay. Wait lang ha. Yan, sorry about that. Binuhay ko lang yung fan. So, for this group 2 case 1, this is applied when m is odd. Again, a while ago, kung babalikan natin yung formats natin, ang m ay exponent ng tangent at ang n ay exponent ng secant. Ibig sabihin nito, when m is odd, ibig sabihin, this pertains to when the exponent of tangent is odd. Yan. Then, that means what we have to factor out is secant u, tangent u du. Yan. And then change its remaining tangent function into tangent squared u equals secant squared u minus 1. By the way, itong substitution natin ito, this came from the Pythagorean identity, which is 1 plus tangent squared u is equal to secant squared u. So, doon siya galing sa Pythagorean identity na yan. Okay? Yan. So, again, as I told you kanina, ang cases 1 and 2 ng lahat ng groups, pare-parehas lang yan. May ilalabas, may isa-substitute. So, ganun lang din dito. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila ay iba't iba yung inilalabas at iba-iba din yung sinasubstitute. Like in this situation, ang ilalabas natin ay secant u, tangent u. So, again, one difference that it has with the others ay ito dalawa yung inilalabas natin, isang secant at isang tangent. Okay, so ngayon, if we are to set certain steps or if we are to identify certain steps in solving this kind of situations, the first thing that we have to do is factor out yan, secant u, tangent u, du. So maglalabas tayo ng isang secant at isang tangent and then we'll multiply together with du. So yun yung first step natin. Okay? Now the next step natin is supposedly, ang sunod na dapat ay yung natitirang tangent squared ay papalitan natin ng secant squared u minus 1. However, in order for us to substitute this identity, itong secant squared u minus 1, the given should be in terms of tangent squared muna. Like for example, kung ang given natin, kung ang natira after natin malabas yung tangent u at secant u, ay let's say ang natira ay tangent raised to 6x. Ayan. So hindi pa natin pwedeng i-substitute dyan itong identity. Bakit? It is not yet expressed in this format. Hindi pa siya naka-tangent squared u. So what do? We have to express first, if ever that it's not yet expressed as tangent squared. So that's the first thing that we have to do first. Yan, kailangan mo natin siyang express as tangent squared u. Kuha nyo? Like in this one, tangent raised to 6x. This may be expressed, or this is the same as tangent squared x raised to, tinuro ko na yun sa inyo, we had several examples like this before. So what will be the exponent of this? Kasi if we want to write it as tangent squared, syempre magkaka-tangent squared tayo. It will just be raised to a certain exponent. Yan, and that is 3. So itong tangent raised to 6x is the same as tangent squared x quantity raised to 3. Kuha nyo? Okay? Ngayon, after we have expressed it in this format na tangent squared, pwede na nating i-apply yung identity natin, which is tangent squared u is equal to secant squared u minus 1. So isa-substitute lang natin siya for the remaining tangent function. Ngayon, yung fourth step natin in cases 1 and 2 nung group 1 is u representation. Kasi dito, you'll have to apply u representation as well or u substitution as well. Wherein, ang u natin, the reason nga kung bakit tayo naglalabas, tigan nilabas natin itong secant u tangent u. We have a reason for that kung bakit yan ang nilabas natin. That's because we are expecting this to appear dun sa derivative ng u. Okay? So ngayon, kayo ang tatanungin ko. Kung ina-expect natin sa derivative, ano bang function ang merong secant u du that will lead tangent u du pag dinerivative? And that will be our u representation here. Like for example, balikan natin. Sa group 1 case 1, ang lagi nating u substitution doon ay cosine. Tandaan nyo? Sa group 1 case 2, ang lagi nating u ay sine. Dito naman, again, the reason why we factored out secant u tangent u du is because we are expecting it to appear in the derivative of u. So anong function ngayon ang maglilid sa secant u tangent u kapag dinerivative? That is, secant x. That's correct. So dito, in group 1 case 2, if ever you encounter this, ang atin laging u dito ay secant x or secant whatever angle is there. Kuha nyo? So ngayon, we have this series of 4 steps. Ito na yung susundan natin. Whenever we encountered a certain trigonometric integral that is of group 2 and case 1, that is of the same format as this. So again, the first thing that we have to do is secant u, factor out secant u tangent u du. Then before we can substitute the tangent squared u, we have to express the given first in that term, in that particular given, in that particular format na tangent squared. And then every time that we apply this particular process, ang lagi nating u ay secant x. Okay? Kuha niyo ba? Okay, so now let's move on to, again, this is better explained with an example. So let's have an example. So here we are asked to solve for the integral of tangent raised to 5 y secant raised to 4y dy. But before we can apply those set of patterns that was introduced to us a while ago, kailangan muna natin siguraduhin that the given is under group 2 and case 1 is applied or case 1 is present in that particular situation. So dito, let's check first whether it's group 2. It will be group 2 if it is made up of tangent and secant. Ngayon, kung titingnan mo, we have tangent here at meron tayong secant here. So meaning, it is under group 2. Okay? And it is case 1 if the exponent of tangent is an odd number. Ngayon, we have the exponent of tangent is 5 and the exponent of secant is 4. So considering that the exponent of tangent is 5, therefore, odd number yon, so case 1 siya. So ngayon, if it's group 2 and then case 1, pwede na nating apply yung steps na in-identify natin kanina. Okay? Wherein, the first thing that we have to do is factor out secant u tangent u du. So dito, we'll factor out isang tangent at isang secant. Okay? Kasi ilalabas nga natin siya eh. So ibig sabihin, kung maglalabas tayo ng isang tangent at isang secant, mababawasan yung exponents natin. So dito, if we factor out one tangent, the only thing that will remain is tangent raised to 4y. At kung maglalabas tayo ng isang secant, ang matitira na lang ay secant cube y. Kuha nyo? Tapos ito yung nilabas natin. We have yung isang secant at isang tangent together with dy. Kuha nyo ba? So again, that's the first thing that we need to do. Again, the first thing that we need to do is factor out secant u, tangent u, or maglabas ng isang secant at maglabas ng isang tangent. Pag ginawa natin yon, mababawasan yung exponent ng tangent at saka ng secant. Okay? Ngayon, the next step supposedly is substitute the identity tangent squared is equal to secant squared minus 1. However, we can only do that if the given is of the form tangent squared. Eh ito, hindi pa siya naka-tangent squared. So we have to express this first na naka-tangent squared siya. So what do we do? So this will be we'll write it in terms of tangent squared raised to a certain exponent. So what will this be raised to? Ano ang magiging exponent ito? This will be raised to raised to 2. Okay, that's correct. Then we have the secant cube y. Then ito yung nilabas natin, secant y, tangent y, dy. Yan. Okay? Ngayon, after we have expressed it in terms of tangent squared, pwede na natin i-substitute yung ating identity that was the original part of the steps. So, ibig sabihin, this will become secant squared y minus 1 quantity raised to 2. Then we still have that secant cube y. Tapos, meron tayong secant y, tangent y, dy. Yan. So ngayon, after you have done that, sa tunay, you have two options. Pwedeng i-distribute na siya or pwedeng i-expand nyo na siya ng nakasikant na format, or what I suggest is apply U substitution first. Bakit? Kasi kapag nag-U substitution kayo, mas madaling mag-expand kasi hindi na siya in terms of secant. Mahirap kasi din mag-expand ng naka-trigonometric function. I mean, medyo confusing minsan. So dito, again, pupunta tayo sa step 4 na in-identify natin kanina. Ang lagi nating U representation in this situation, dahil nga ang dahilan kung bakit tayo naglabas ng secant y, tangent y, dy is because again, we are expecting this to appear in the derivative. Okay? And then that function that will be represented by u will always be secant y, secant u. And our u this time is y. So secant y. Okay? So ibig sabihin, if we apply the substitutions, this will turn out to be the integral of secant squared y. So that will be u squared. Tapos yung secant cube y, that will be u cube. Kuha niya? Now to get a substitution for secant y tangent y dy, we'll get it from the derivative of the one represented by u. So ang derivative ng u ay du, while the derivative of secant y is secant y tangent y dy. So ibig sabihin, that whole thing na secant y tangent y dy will replace it by du. Yan. Kuha niya? Ngayon again, hindi nyo naman kailangan immediately gawin yan. Pero that's what I suggest. Kasi kapag naka-in terms of yun na yan, isang variable na lang, mas madaling mag-expand. It will not be too confusing for you, para sa inyo. So ngayon, the next thing that we're supposed to do is we'll expand this. Ngayon, by the application of the order of operations, before we even distribute u cube, we should evaluate first this exponent, itong raised to 2 na ito. Okay? And again, the exponents tell us how many times should a given or should the base be multiplied by itself. So dito, dahil siya ay raised to 2, ibig sabihin, if we expand this, if we write it in its expanded form, u squared minus 1 quantity raised to 2 is the same as u squared minus 1 times another u squared minus 1, then we still have that u cube. Yan, du. Okay? So again, sa magtatanong, sir, bakit po naging dalawa? That's because the exponent is 2. And that exponent tells us how many times should it be multiplied by itself. So kung ito ay cube, ibig sabihin dapat may tatlong ganito that is being multiplied by one another. Kung siya ay 4, dapat may 4. Okay? So ngayon, what method do we use to evaluate this? Ito muna. What method do we use to evaluate this? U squared minus 1 times another u squared minus 1. Anyone? So you are very much familiar with that method when we are multiplying u squared minus 1, this binomial, by another binomial, u squared minus 1, what method do we apply? Yan, FOIL. So that's the usual thing that we apply. So pwede naman. However dito, isa-shortcut natin siya. Although, what was applied is the FOIL method din naman. Ano? So, if we apply FOIL method, that will be u squared minus 1 times u squared minus 1, that is u raised to 4, minus 2u squared plus 1. Yan, medyo shortcut na natin siya, pero yan yung sagot niya. Then, we still have that u cube outside. Now, given that we have 3 terms here, tapos may u cube pa sa labas, what do we do with this u cube? At saka sa bawat term nitong given natin na ito. Anong gagawin naman natin sa u cube? That will be, yan, i-multiply through what? What specific process do we apply in order for us to multiply u raised to 4 minus 2u squared plus 1 by u cube? Tama naman, multiply naman talaga. We'll have to distribute. That's correct. So u cube will be distributed to all the terms here. Yan. Okay? Distributed meaning it will be multiplied to each term. So, u cube times u raised to 4, that will lead us to u raised to 7. U cube times 2u squared, that is 2u raised to 5. While u cube times 1, that is u cube du. Okay? Now, in solving for the integral, ito same scenario lang din to as cases 1 and 2 ng group 1. Ano? So after this, after we were able to make it look like this, ano na sunod na gagawin? How do we solve for the integral na nitong tatlong terms na ito? What do we do with that? Pag-aanahin yan. Pag-ihiwa-hiwalayan. That's correct. So here, we'll solve for it separately. So this will be the integral of u raised to 7 du minus the integral of 2u raised to 5 du plus the integral of u cubed du. Yeah. Now, if we do that, now we may solve for the integrals. By the way, ito palang 2 pwede nating ilabas. Pero mamaya na natin ilagay. Ano? So the integral of u raised to 7 du is u raised to 8 over 8. Tapos may 2 pa sa labas. Then the integral of u raised to 5 is u raised to 6 over 6. Then the integral of u cube is u raised to 4 over 4 plus c. Okay? Now before we substitute the u values or secant y as u, bago natin siya substitute, let's simplify first. Ano pa bang pwede ma-simplify dito? Areo. Itong 2 at saka 6. 2 will be cancelled out and then 6 will become 3. Then substitute na din natin kasi our final answer should be expressed in terms of what was originally the function. And in this situation, secant y yun. Ano? So this will be secant y raised to 8 over 8 minus secant y raised to 6 over 3 plus secant y raised to 4 over 4 plus c. Okay? But then again, we can write this in a more proper way kasi when we are given a trigonometric function raised to an exponent, we may actually write that exponent together with the function itself. So ito, another way of writing this is, dito natin isulat sa tabi, the integral, hindi na pala the integral. The answer is, it will be secant raised to 8y over 8. Ano ba sunod? Minus ba? Yan, minus. Secant raised to 6y over 3 plus secant raised to 4y over 4 plus c. So this is our final answer. Kuha nyo? So ngayon, kung babalikan natin yung steps na ating ginawa, ito naman ay parehas lang with what we did sa group 1 cases 1 and 2. Again, paulit-ulit lang naman ito. May ilalabas, may isa-substitute, tapos yun. And then that is how we identify the answer. Again, for each group lang and each cases, iba-iba ang nilalabas at iba-iba ang isa-substitute. Okay? So let's have another example to give you more definite idea. Ano? And ito, ibang situation ito. Although case 1 pa rin na applicable, pero ibang situation ito. So here we are given the integral of tangent raised to 5 1/3 x dx. Okay? So again, applicable dito ay, so the first thing that we have to do is identify whether it's under group 1, group 2. So dahil siya ay tangent, group 2 siya. And case 1 siya dahil raised to an odd exponent. Kasi ang exponent ng tangent dito ay 5. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, i-apply natin yung group 2, case 1 natin. Same situation tayo. Ngayon, ang first step natin is we have to factor out secant u, tangent u. Pero ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, tangent lang ang present, walang secant. So, paano po namin gagawin yon? Ibig sabihin ba nun, hindi na applicable yung case 1? Hindi. Ang ibig sabihin nun, we just have to rewrite this in a certain way para ma-apply pa rin natin yung maglalabas kayo ng isang tangent at maglalabas kayo ng isang secant. Maglabas muna tayo ng isang tangent. So dito, if we factor out one tangent function, so siya ay magiging tangent raised to 4 na lang, 1/3 x. But then again, ang kailangan natin i-factor out ay isang secant at isang tangent. So paano po yun? Maglalabas pa rin kayo ng isang secant. At maglalabas pa rin kayo ng isang tangent. Pero sir, kung naglabas tayo ng isang secant, saan kinuha yan? Wala namang secant function dito. Ang gagawin lang natin whenever the given is just a single tangent function raised to an odd exponent, maglalabas pa rin tayo ng secant at saka ng tangent. Pero once we bring out secant, may ka-counterpart yan. Automatically, magkakaroon yan ng counterpart na secant raised to negative 1, 1/3 x. Okay? Now, for those who are wondering, sir, bakit po nagkaroon ng dagdag na secant 1/3 x at saka secant raised to negative 1, 1/3 x? Kasi ganito yan. When we are multiplying functions of the same base, what we do with the exponent is we add them. Like for example, if we are asked to multiply x raised to 5 and x raised to negative 5, what answer do we get? Ito ay x raised to 0. Tama? Kasi the reason why it's x raised to 0 is because they are of the same base, so we just need to add the exponent when we are multiplying them. So 5 plus negative 5 is 0. Ngayon, any value raised to 0 that is equivalent to, what is any value, or what is the value of anything that is raised to 0? That is 1. So bali ito, x raised to 0 is just equal to 1. Okay, kuha niyo? Ngayon, if we are to multiply secant raised to negative 1/3 x, pakita natin dito. Secant raised to negative 1/3, negative 1, 1/3 x, at saka secant 1/3 x. Okay? So if we are to multiply them, we are to add also their exponents. Ang exponent nitong secant, dahil wala nakalagay, ay 1. Ang exponent naman nito ay negative 1. Ngayon, if we add them, that will lead us to secant raised to 0. 1/3 x. And anything that is raised to 0, that is just equivalent to 1. Kuha niya? So meaning, this whole thing, itong secant negative 1/3 x at saka secant 1/3 x, their values when multiplied is just 1. Ibig sabihin, wala talagang naibo. What I mean is, yung value natin for tangent raised to 5 1/3 x is still the same. Kasi parang minultiply mo lang itong tangent raised to 4 1/3 x, tangent 1/3 x by 1. Kasi ang value nitong isang ito ay 1. Nakuha niyo ka? So bali walang naibo. Kasi they were just multiplied by 1. Kuha niyo? So whenever we are given such situations like this, that's what we're gonna do. Kapag tangent lang ang given and raised to an odd exponent, it doesn't mean na hindi na applicable yung case 1. Applicable pa rin ang case 1. Maglalabas pa rin tayo ng isang secant. Kaso nga lang, pag naglabas kayo ng isang secant, make sure na lagi siyang may ka-counterpart na secant raised to a negative 1 value. Para pag pinag-multiply sila, their actual value is just 1, meaning walang naibo sa value. Kasi it's like that whole thing was just being multiplied by 1. Parang nare-write lang siya na nagkaroon siya ng secant. Kuha niyo ga? Kuha natin. So that's what you're gonna do kung sakali man na tangent raised to another exponent. Okay? So burahin na natin itong side na to. Okay, so now let's continue the process. So that's the first step. Ngayon, the second step, supposedly, we are to substitute the remaining tangent function with secant squared u minus 1. However, and we cannot do that unless the given is expressed as tangent squared. So that's the first thing that we're gonna do. Itong tangent raised to 4 1/3 x, we have to express it na tangent squared. Okay? Ito na din naman yung ginawa natin kanina, so ulitin lang natin. Hindi na para tanungin ko ulit kayo. So bali, ang tangent raised to 4 1/3 x is the same as tangent squared 1/3 x quantity raised to 2. Then don't forget, we still have that secant raised to negative 1 1/3 x. Tapos meron pa tayong secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x dx. Yan. Okay? Yan. So ngayon, now that it is expressed as tangent squared, pwede nating i-substitute yung identity. Ano ba yung identity natin? That is secant squared u minus 1. Ang u natin this time is 1/3 x. So this will be substituted by secant squared u, our u is 1/3 x, minus 1 quantity raised to 2. Then we have secant raised to negative 1, 1/3 x. Then we have secant 1/3 x, tsaka tangent 1/3 x dx. Okay? Ngayon, again, you have two options. Pwedeng gawin nyo ulit yung ginawa natin kanina. Hindi, pwedeng, what I mean is, pwedeng expand nyo siya, given na ganito na, or what I suggest is mag-U substitution muna tayo. And again, kapag group 2 case 1, automatically, ang magiging U natin ay secant. Kasi nga, the reason why we brought out secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x dx is because we are expecting this to appear in the derivative of U. At ang magli-lead sa atin sa gantong derivative ay secant. Kaya yun yung ating U substitution. So our U here is secant 1/3 x. Okay? So ibig sabihin, by substitution, itong secant squared magiging U squared minus 1 raised to 2. At itong secant raised to negative 1, 1/3 x magiging U raised to negative 1. Okay? Now, to identify a substitution for secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x dx, we have to solve for the derivative of this. So, by the application of chain rule of differentiation, ang magiging derivative natin ay 1/3 secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x dx. Yan. But then, since what we need is just secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x, we don't need that 1/3 there. So, what do? We multiply both sides by the reciprocal, or we divide both sides by 1/3. However, multiplying by the reciprocal is a shorter process. When you multiply 3 to du, the result will be 3 du, while if we multiply 3 by 1/3, they will be cancelled out. So we'll just be left with secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x dx. Yan. Kuha nyo? Ngayon, ibig sabihin, this secant 1/3 x tangent 1/3 x dx will be replaced by 3 du. So, bale, ipapalit na natin siya. Magkakaroon tayo ng 3 du dito. Okay? So, given that 3 is a constant, it should be brought out. So, labas natin yung 3. And then we'll have here u squared minus 1 raised to 2 times u raised to negative 1. Then we have du. Okay? Now, same as what we did a while ago, we'll expand this. Pero before we distribute this u raised to negative 1, i-expand muna natin or i-evaluate muna natin yung exponent. And given that u squared minus 1 is raised to 2, ibig sabihin, ang expanded form niya ay yung u squared minus 1 is like being multiplied by itself. Then we have u raised to negative 1 du. And then again, same as what you did a while ago, ito ay ifo-FOIL method. So if we apply the FOIL method, it will lead us to u raised to 4 minus 2u squared plus 1. And again, same as what we did a while ago, yung u raised to negative 1 that is isolated here, it will be distributed to all the terms dito. Yan. So again, paulit-ulit lang itong process natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, ganyan din yung ginawa nyo sa group 1 cases 1 and 2. Kasi pare-parehas lang naman siya ng proseso. Again, ang difference lang nila is iba-iba sila ng inilalabas at iba-iba sila ng sinasubstitute na identity. Okay? So if we distribute, it will give us the integral of u raised to 4 times u raised to negative 1 is u cubed minus 2u squared times u raised to negative 1 is u, 2u, negative 2u, while 1 times u raised to negative 1 is u raised to negative 1 du. Yan. Kuha nyo? Now, what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do is, again, same as what we did a while ago, we'll just have to solve this separately. Okay? Paghiwalayin na natin. Dito natin siya paghiwalayin. So, bale, take note, meron tayong 3 outside of the function. So, ibig sabihin, that 3 will be distributed as well pag pinaghiwa-hiwalay natin ito. Ano? So, it'll just be 3 times the integral of u cubed du minus 3 times the integral of 2u du plus 3 the integral of u raised to negative 1 du. Okay? So ngayon, given that 2 is a constant, ilalabas natin yan. Pero pwede natin siyang solvein. Ano? So like here, u cubed du, the integral of u cubed du is u raised to 4 over 4. Tapos dito, nung nilabas natin yung 2, it will be multiplied by 3, so meron tayong 6. Now the integral of u du, that is u squared over 2. While here, para mas madali itong ma-solve, pwede natin itong i-rewrite. Ano? Kasi itong u raised to negative 1, kapag ang function is raised to a negative exponent, saan siya dapat? Saan siya talaga nakalagay? Does it belong to the numerator or sa denominator? Kapag raised to a negative exponent. So, saan siya talaga nakalagay? Like this one, itong u raised to negative 1 natin, nasan talaga to? Nasa denominator. Kasi baka, the reason why we will rewrite it, kasi baka mas familiar kayo sa formula na to kaysa dito. Ano? So, if we bring down u raised to negative 1, kasi dapat nasa denominator siya, it will lead us to the integral of du over u. Okay? Which is something that you're familiar with. Ano? So, ngayon, we have 3u raised to 4 over 4. Tapos itong 6 at 2, we may simplify them. So it will be 3u squared. While this one, ano ba ang integral ng du over u? The integral of du over u ay yung ln, yan, ln u. Okay? So the integral of du over u is ln absolute value of u plus c. So that is our answer. Okay? Ano? Again, pwede naman kung alam niyo yung formula for this one na ganito ang itsura, pwede nyo naman. Pero I feel like you're more familiar kapag ganito ang itsura ng given natin. Ano? Ngayon, this will not be our final answer yet. Bakit? Kasi hindi pa natin na ibabalik yung original function. So we have to return the original function. So it will be 3 times secant 1/3 x raised to 4 over 4 minus 3 times secant 1/3 x raised to 2 plus 3 ln absolute value of secant 1/3 x plus c. Okay? However, again, there is a better way of writing this. Kapag ang trigonometric function is raised to an exponent, that exponent may be written together with the trigonometric function itself. So this is the same as 3 para ma-eliminate din natin yung mga parentheses. Ano? So this is the same as 3 secant raised to 4 1/3 x all over 4 minus 3 secant squared 1/3 x plus 3 ln absolute value of secant 1/3 x plus c. So this is our final answer. So again, what I would like you to get from this given ay ano ang gagawin kapag ang given ay tangent lang tas raised to an odd exponent. Kapag ganyan, applicable pa rin ang case 1. Ibig sabihin, maglalabas pa rin tayo ng secant at maglalabas pa rin tayo ng tangent. Pero dito, ang tatandaan nyo, when we bring out secant function, dapat may katugon siya na secant raised to negative 1 function. Again, that is to make sure that the value will not be altered, the value will not be changed. Kasi when you multiply them, parang equivalent lang siya ng 1. So it's like the whole thing is just being multiplied to 1. And ibig sabihin nun, wala na ibo sa value. Kuha niya ka? Kuha natin? Okay, now, to make sure that you understood the lesson, or for this particular case, I'll give you a certain given. Try to answer it, pero after 2 minutes at wala pa nakasagot, I will just ask you to continue it on your own. Ano? So please wait for a while, kukunin ko lang yung aking reference. So, try answering this. So, ito yung sasagutan nyo for 2 minutes. Pero again, kung 2 minutes at hindi pa naman tapos, we'll move on already to the next one. Kayo na lang bahala magtapos dun sa inyo. Ano? So, try answering what is the integral of tangent raised to 5, 3y dy. Okay, try working on this. So again, I'll give you 2 minutes to work on this. So again, ito yung same scenario as what was given right now, na kapag ang given natin ay tangent lang raised to an odd exponent. So same process pa rin siya. May ilalabas pa rin na secant, pero make sure that it will be accompanied by a counterpart na secant raised to -1. Again, para hindi maibo yung value natin or hindi mag-iba yung value. Okay? So you'll be given 2 minutes to work on this. After 2 minutes, if you have your answers ready, ilagay nyo lang din. Okay? Go. Okay, so since it's 2 minutes already, actually 3 minutes pa nga eh. Ayan, so we have some answers already. Ito na may similar din with this one. We have 1 over 12 secant raised to 4 3y minus 1/3 secant squared 3y plus 1/3 ln secant 3y plus c. Okay, so bali 1/3. Ayan, this is correct. Tama yung sagot ni Mr. I'm assuming punzalan yan. Ano? Punzalan kasi nakalagay dito. Ano? Well, anyway, that's correct. Ano? Considering that meron tayong nilabas na 1/3, so magiging 1 over 12 talaga siya. So ngayon, I will not show you the solution anymore kasi mahaba. Kung mapapansin nyo naman, step by step kasi ako magbigay ng solution kasi nga, I want, if ever you need to go back to the solution, I want you to see the step-by-step process para kung paano siya nangyaring ganun. Ano? Pero dito, susulat na lang natin yung sagot. And Mr. Punzalan's answer is correct. So it should have been 1 over 12. Lagay natin. 1 over 12 bale secant raised to 4, 3y. Yan, that's the first term. Then, minus ba? Minus ba yung sulat? Minus 1/3. 1/3 pa. Yan, tama. Minus 1/3 secant squared. Bakit? Kasi may nilabas tayo 1/3. 2/3 siya initially. Tama ba? Kasi 2u to eh. 2u squared. So, ilalabas siya magiging 2/3 over... Hindi, 2u lang to. Tama, 1/3. Tama. 1/3. Sorry. So, tama pala. Pinag-isipan ko pa eh. 1/3 secant squared 3y. And the final term is plus 1/3 ln absolute value of secant 3y plus c. Okay, so this is the final answer. Ito na may same process lang din as how we solve this example on this same slide. So balikan nyo na lang kung paano siya nangyari ganyan. Okay, pero again, this is the answer. Kuha natin. And I believe those who have written their answers or those who have typed their answers have the same answer as this. Okay, yan. So now let's move on to the second. So again, para lang may idea na kayo kung paano gawin ang cases 1 and 2, and this case 2 na darating, ganun din, same process lang din. May ilalabas, may isa-substitute, then may certain value of u na i-represent. So ganun lang din ito. Kasi pare-parehas naman ng cases 1 and 2 ng lahat ng group, whether it's group 1, group 2, or group 3. Kuha nyo? Okay. So now let's move on to case 2. Ngayon, when n is even, ibig sabihin naman ito, kapag ang exponent ng secant ay even, yan, applicable itong group case, itong situation ito. Case 2 yon. Okay? So, ang example natin dito ay secant squared u, secant raised to 4, hindi pala kasali ang secant squared. Kasi ang secant squared, may ano na yun, may sagot na, tangent na yun. Ano? So, dito ay, ang example natin ay secant raised to 4, secant raised to 6, secant raised to 8, yan. So, those are examples natin for group 2, case 2. Okay? So, what we'll do is, we'll factor out secant squared u du. So that's one unique difference that we have for this. At saka yung mga kanina natin. Bakit? Kasi kanina pa isa-isa lang yung nilalabas natin. Dito, dalawa. Secant squared u. What I mean is, yung degree ng ilalabas natin ay raised to 2 lagi. Okay? Then again, the remaining secant function will be replaced by this. By the way, mali pala to. Ito pala dapat ay tangent squared u plus 1. O kaya, if we are being critical when it comes to the formula or when it comes to the identities. So, ang mas tama talaga niyan ay secant squared u is equal to 1 plus tangent squared. Although, 1 plus tangent squared u naman, tsaka tangent squared u plus 1, parehas naman yan. Ano? So, kayo na lang kung ano lang trip nyo. Kung gusto nyo ito, o kaya ito, ang gamitin nyo. Again, they're the same thing. Pero again, before we can substitute that identity, dapat muna nating express yung matitira as secant squared. So again, yung cases 1 and 2 natin for all the groups, they follow the same steps. Iba-iba nga lang na nilalabas at iba-iba lang nang isinasubstitute. So, ilagay lang natin dito para pag binalikan yung slide, alam niyo yung mga steps na inyo i-follow. So again, the first thing that we have to do is factor out secant squared u du. Okay? Now, the next thing is, before we can substitute the identity, we're supposed to rewrite it first or to express it first as secant squared. Kasi kung ang matira ay secant raised to 4, ang ibig hindi natin basta agad mai-substitute itong identity na ito. Kasi this is designed for secant squared. So, kailangan mo natin siyang express as secant squared. Express as secant squared. Okay? Yan. Ngayon, after we have expressed it as secant squared, pwede nating i-apply yung identity natin wherein secant squared u will be equal to 1 plus tangent squared u or baliktad tangent squared u plus 1. Parehas naman yan. Okay? And lagi tayong may u representation dito. Ano? Again, the reason why we are factoring out a certain value is because, like in this situation, secant squared u du, is because we are expecting it to appear in the derivative. Ngayon, what function has this secant squared u du as its derivative? Yun yung ating magiging u representation. Yan, tangent. Okay, that's correct. So therefore, ang automatic natin na u representation kapag group 2, case 2 ay tangent x. Okay? So again, kung mapapansin nyo, same series of steps tayo as cases 1 and 2 before. Kasi ganun lang, paulit-ulit lang naman tayo. Ano? So ito, ganun lang din. Kuha niyo ba? natin? Again, iba lang ang nilalabas natin dito at iba lang din ang sinasubstitute at iba lang din ang your representation. Pero yung same process, yung process natin pare-parehas. Okay, so again, this is better explained when we have an example. So again, dito given group 2, the first thing that we have to do is identify first whether this belongs to group 2, case 2. Case 2 pala to, bale. Okay? Bale, by the way, ito mas madali itong interpret itong tangent, cube root of tangent x kung express siya exponentially. Okay? So, i-write muna natin siya as an exponential function. Like in this one, itong cube root of tangent, that's the same as tangent x raised to, ano exponent ito? If we are to rewrite cube root as its exponential form, 1/3 yan. That's correct. Tangent x raised to 1/3. Yan. Then we have the secant raised to 4x dx. Okay? Ngayon, we have to make sure first na siya ay group 2. Paano natin malalaman na siya ay group 2? If it's made up of tangent and secant. Dahil it is made up of tangent and secant, group 2 yun. And to know whether it's case 2, the exponent of secant should be even. So dito, dahil ang exponent ng secant ay 4, therefore, applicable yung case 2 natin. Okay? So meaning, we can now apply the process that we identified a while ago in solving this. So the first thing that we have to do is factor out secant squared x dx. So ibig sabihin, yung secant raised to 4 natin, mapapalta ng secant squared. Kasi nabawasan siya eh. Yung ibinawas natin, mapupunta dito, together with dx. Yan. Kuha niya? So, yun yung nangyari. Yung secant raised to 4, binawasan natin ang secant squared, isinama natin siya sa dx. Tapos ito yung natira. Okay? Ngayon, the next step supposedly is substitute the remaining secant function with the identity. Pero before that, we should make sure na yung natira ay express as secant squared. Ngayon, nagkataon naman na yung natira ay secant squared na mismo. So, ibig sabihin, pwede natin gawin yung substitution natin of the identity. So, if we substitute the identity, it'll be 1 plus, sige, gawin pala unahin pala natin yung tangent para yung degree natin sunod-sunod pa rin. Ano? So, we have tangent squared x plus 1. Yun. So, yung secant squared, pinalitan natin ng tangent squared x plus 1. Okay? Then, we have secant squared x dx. Ngayon, again, same as what I have been telling you, ito pwede nyo namang i-expand na in terms of tangent. Wala namang masama doon. Pwede nyo i-distribute na agad immediately itong tangent x raised to 1/3 to tangent squared x at saka sa 1. Pwede yan. However, I suggest na mag-u representation muna tayo. Bakit? Kasi kapag express na siya in terms of u, mas madali na mag-distribute, mas madali nang mag-expand. Kasi hindi masyadong complicated yung titingnan natin. Ano? So dito, again, based on what I have told you a while ago, ang magiging u natin dito automatically will be tangent. Bakit tangent? Kasi nga, the reason why we brought out secant squared x dx is because we are expecting it to appear in the derivative. And then the function that have secant squared x dx as its derivative is tangent x. Kaya yun yung ating u. Okay? So let's apply the u substitution. So if we apply that u substitution, itong tangent x raised to 1/3 magiging u raised to 1/3. At itong tangent squared x plus 1 magiging u squared plus 1. Then to get a substitution for secant squared x dx, we'll get it from the derivative of tangent x. The derivative of tangent x is secant squared x dx na saktong-sakto. So, ibig sabihin, itong buong itong secant squared x dx, papalitan lang natin siya ng du. Okay. Now, to expand this, what are you supposed to do with u raised to 1/3 at saka sa u squared plus 1? What do we do with u raised to 1/3? That will be what? Anong gagawin natin siya? It will be ano mayayari dyan? It will be yan, distributed yan. Mag-distribute siya. So, u raised to 1/3 will be distributed to u squared at saka sa 1. So, leaving us with u raised to 1/3 times u squared, that is u raised to 7/3. Plus u raised to 1/3 times 1, that is u raised to 1/3 du. Then we solve it separately. Again, paulit-ulit lang tayo. Ano, so this will be the integral of u raised to 7/3 du plus the integral of u raised to 1/3 du. Okay? Ngayon, We may now solve for each integral separately. So the integral of u raised to 7 thirds is u raised to 10 thirds over 10 thirds, while the integral of u raised to 1 third rather, is u raised to 4 thirds over 4 thirds plus c. Now again, you have to simplify this. Alam niyo na naman kung paano to i-simplify. I-reciprocal lang yung denominator and it will be multiplied to the numerator. So it will lead us to 3u, sorry. It will lead us to 3u raised to 10 thirds over 10 plus 3u raised to 4 thirds over 4 plus c. But then again, our answer will have to be expressed kung ano yung ni-u substitution natin. So it should be expressed na tangent. So therefore, our final answer will be 3 times tangent x raised to 10 thirds over 10 plus 3 tangent x raised to 4 thirds over 4 plus c. So this is now our final answer. By the way, kung gusto nyong express itong, kasi hindi ko na ginagawa yun, malimit kapag ang exponent natin ay rational. So kung papansin nyo, hindi ko na pinagko-combine or isinasama yung exponent doon sa mismong tangent kapag rational. I just feel like it will look more confusing kapag ganun. Pero ginagawa ko yun kapag integer yung exponent niya. Well, anyway, pero if you want to do that, pwede naman. So this is the same as 3 tangent raised to 10 thirds x. Ganun din yun. And the other one is 3 tangent raised to 4 thirds, raised to 4 thirds x. That's, you'll get the same answer. I mean, they have the same value. Kung gusto nyo gawin yun, pwede naman. Pero again, this is the process. Kuha nyo? So again, same process lang ito as before. May ilalabas, may isa-substitute. Again, the only difference that they have is iba-iba yung nilalabas at iba-iba yung sinasubstitute natin. Depende sa group at depende sa case natin. Okay? Ngayon, before I ask you to work on something, what if you are given, I'll just give you a certain situation, tapos sasabihin ko na din kung paano masasolve siya. Paano po kung parehas applicable yung group, yung case 1 at case 2? What do you mean by that? So let's say for example, ang binigay sa atin ay, kunyari lang, tangent raised to 5x secant raised to 4x dx. Paano po yan? Kasi dito, dahil ang exponent ng tangent ay odd, so applicable ang case 1. Dahil ang exponent ng secant ay 4, which is even, ibig sabihin, applicable din ang case 2. So, alin po ang gagamitin? So, if ever na magkasabay sila na parehas sanang applicable, ang tunay na gagamitin nyo dyan, ang susundin nyo na lagi ay yung odd, yung sa tangent. So, ibig sabihin dito, ang gagamitin nyo ay case 1. Kuha nyo? So, if ever na magkasabay siya, ang i-apply natin ay yung odd. Although, wait, I haven't tried pero yun yung talagang, yun yung ito? Yun yung custom. Pero I haven't tried na, hindi ko pa rin naman nga natatry na ito yung i-apply. Kung i-apply yung case 2 ay will they have the same answer? Pero yung custom kasi, susundin natin kung alin yung odd. Kung anong case yung may odd. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang tangent ay raised to another exponent, so, a-apply natin yan. Di ba? Natin? Okay, so now, again, just like what we did with the previous example, so try working on this para lang mahasa din, para lang ma-practice. Kasi dito, isang example lang ang meron tayo. Kasi nga, same situation naman siya as before. Same process lang siya as before. So, maghanap lang tayo ng isang magandang example. So, try working on this. Diba yan? Secant. Yan. Okay? Kulay ko lang So, dadalian lang natin. Ito, madali lang to. So, why don't you try and solve for the integral of secant raised to 4 5x dx. Okay? Try working on this one. So, again, same as the one a while ago. I'll give you 2 minutes to answer this. And then after 2 minutes, and then you're not yet done, pwede mag-proceed na tayo to the next one. Pero kung tapos na kayo, kindly post your answers on our message box. Okay? Go! Ayan. So, if you have your answers ready, wait, let me check pala. Hindi ko pa pala check. Ayan. Meron na mga nag-post. Wait. So, yeah, the answer is, 1 over 15 tangent cube 5x plus 1 over 5 tangent 5x plus c. That's correct. Okay? So, hindi na natin nilalagay kung paano siya sinolve, pero that's the correct answer. Ito naman ay very short lang din ang solution. Mas maikli pa siya kaysa dito. Kasi wala ka na kailangan i-distribute. After you have substituted, diretso identity na agad. After mong mayu pala. May ano na agad pala. May formula na agad. So, bali the answer here is, okay, sulat natin. 1 over 15 tangent cube 5x plus 1/5 ba? Yeah, 1/5 tangent 5x plus c. So this is our answer. Okay? Ayan. So again, para lang may ideya kayo, mamaya pag tayo na group 3, pare-parehas lang ang cases 1 and 2 na may ilalabas at may isa-substitute. Okay? Ngayon, let's move on to case 3. Ang case 3 natin for all groups, pare-parehas lang din. Kung mapapansin mo, yung case 3 natin sa group 1, pakita mo natin ulit yun. Yung case 3 natin sa group 1, diretso substitution. So yung case 3 natin para sa lahat ng groups, ganun din. Diretso lang din substitution. Okay? May certain identity lang tayo na diretso din isina-substitute. Okay? So now let's move on to group 2, case 3. Yan, what do we substitute when we are dealing with group 2, case 3? Ang group 2, case 3, i-apply mo when m is even. What does that mean? Ibig sabihin, kung ang tangent is raised to an even exponent, then this is what is applicable. Ano? And the integrand, by the way, may isa pa palang condition. And the integrand is tangent only. Okay? Then you may use this identity. So ngayon, sir, bakit po kanina may ganyan palang rule na dapat for tangent lang siya tas raise sa even? Bakit yung kanina hindi yan ang ginamit natin dito sa given natin na ito? The reason why is because kahit pa siya ay tangent lang, pero raised naman siya sa odd exponent. So ibig sabihin, basta raised siya sa odd exponent, case 1 ang applicable doon. Itong case 3 natin, this is only applicable when the given ay tangent lang, tapos raised sa even exponents. What does that mean? Anong examples niyan? Ang example natin dyan ay tangent squared x dx, yan yung mga example natin. Tangent raised to 4x dx, yan. Tangent raised to 6x, and so on and so forth. Ano? And yan, so that is when this is applicable. So bale, we'll just have to use the identity tangent squared u is equal to secant squared u minus 1. And then again, same steps tayo as before. Paano? Okay. So ngayon, again, this is better explained with an example. So let's say we have this, the integral for y dy. So again, the first thing that we have to do is check whether it belongs to group 2. It belongs to group 2 kasi tangent ang given. So group 2 ito. Okay? And we should make sure also that it belongs to case 3. We should identify what case does it belong to. Ito ay case 3 dahil yung tangent is raised to an even exponent. So case 3 siya. Kung sakali na raise siya sa odd exponent, hindi case 3 yun. Yun ay case, anong case yun? Kung sakaling ito ay odd. What case is that? Is that case 1 or case 2? What will it be? Case 1 yun. Okay? Pero dahil ito ay even, case 3 tayo. Okay? Ngayon, according to case 3, we will directly substitute yung identity natin, which is tangent squared u is equal to secant squared u minus 1. But before we can do that, we should make sure that the given is expressed in terms of tangent squared. So, i-rewrite muna natin to that way. So, this will be written as the integral of tangent squared y. Ito na may same din nung kanina. Raised to what exponent? What will the exponent of this kung i-rewrite natin siya na mayroon tangent squared? Ito ay raised to 2. Okay, that's correct. dy. Okay? Now, after writing it that way, pwede nating i-substitute yung identity natin, which is the integral of secant squared y minus 1 quantity raised to 2 dy. So ngayon, one unique thing also with case 3, with all the groups, is that diga sa cases 1 and 2, I suggest na mag-U representation muna tayo bago natin expand or bago natin tayo mag-multiply or mag-distribute. Ayun. Pero for case 3, kung papansin nyo, yung case 3 din natin doon sa group 1, hindi ko pinagawa yun sa inyo. Kasi dito, ang gagawin natin is we have to expand it first. Okay? Bago mangyari ang any U substitution. expand muna natin siya na in terms of secant squared. Ibig sabihin, ito expand natin to. Okay? So given that the secant squared y minus 1 is raised to 2, ibig sabihin yan, secant squared minus y is actually, if we write it in its expanded form, it is actually being multiplied by another secant squared y minus 1. Okay? Yan. Itong dalawa they are being multiplied by one another. Kuha nyo? Ayan. Ngayon, what method can be applied here? We may apply FOIL method. Okay? So if we apply FOIL method here, secant squared y times secant squared y, that is secant raised to 4y, then minus, ito shortcut ko na, minus 2 secant squared y plus 1 dy. Okay? So this is the result after we have expanded them. Okay? Ngayon, if you will look at each term, bale may trinomial na tayo dito, may polynomial na tayo dito. How do we solve for the integral of this? Ano gagawin natin dito sa tatlong terms na ito? Pag-aanahin ito. Paghihiwa-hiwalayin. That's correct. So we will separate this. So that we'll solve for the integral of secant raised to 4y dy minus the integral of 2 secant squared y dy plus the integral of 1 dy o kaya dy na lang. Okay? So ngayon, ito naman, pag sinolve natin ang integral sa tunay, pwedeng sabay-sabayin nyo yan. Kung kaya nyo siyang sabay-sabay, pwede naman. Pero again, para makita natin yung process for each term, utay-utayin natin ito. So let's start with the first term. We have secant raised to 4y dy. Ngayon, tatanungan ko kayo, is there any formula na nasasatisfy itong given natin ito na secant raised to 4y dy? May formula ba yan? Meron ba kayo alam na formula? Wala ano. However, is there any technique that we can do here? Ayan, may nakita na agad ako. According to Mr. Cortana, we may apply case 2. Okay? So that's the unique thing also when it comes to case 3. Kung naalala nyo, yung case 3 natin sa group 1, ang bagay naman doon ay, ang ginawa naman natin doon ay, yung case 3 ay pwedeng paulit-ulitin doon sa yung process na yun ay pwedeng paulit-ulitin doon sa group 1 case 3. Dito naman, ang unique thing about case 3 of group 2 is that you may apply the other cases, specifically yung case 2 natin. Okay? So, pwedeng ma-apply dito yung case 2 natin. Okay? So, hindi itong case 3 natin, this is not really unique for case 3 alone. Ito, pwede natin i-apply yung case 2. Ngayon, bakit natin pwedeng i-apply yung case 2? Dahil yung secant natin is raised to an even exponent. Kuha nyo? Kuha nyo ka? Kuha natin? So, ibig sabihin, ito, apply natin ng case 2. Ano bang ginagawa natin sa case 2? Ito ay, maglalabas tayo ng secant squared. Okay? So, yun muna ang gawin natin. So, let's factor out a secant squared function. Yan. And we multiply it by dy. So, ito na yun. Nangyari yan. Pero idugsong pa rin natin dahil hindi pa natin nasasagutan itong ibang ito. So, idugsong natin siya. By the way, yung 2, pwede natin ilabas. So, minus 2, the integral of secant squared y dy. Pero again, kung gusto nyo solve na ito, madali naman siyang solve sa tunay. May formula na yan for that. Pwede nyo gawin. Pero again, the reason why we do this ay para step by step nga tayo. Okay? Yan. Ngayon, after that, according to case 2, yung natitirang secant squared function, papalitan natin ng identity. And anong identity yun? We'll replace it by tangent squared y plus 1. Yan. Then secant squared y dy minus 2, the integral of secant squared y dy plus the integral of dy. Okay? And again, the reason why naglalabas tayo ng secant squared, if we apply that case 2, ang sunod na step natin ay use substitution. Okay? Wherein, ang yun natin sa case 2 ay laging, ano yung automatic na yun natin sa case 2? Ang automatic na yun natin sa case 2 ay tangent. Okay? So, tangent ito. By the way, itong use substitution natin, this is only applicable for this. Okay? Hindi mo ito isasama. Huwag mo isasama yan. Okay? Para lang yan dito. Kasi ito lang yung in-apply natin ng case 2 eh. So, para lang yan dito. Okay? So, sige, underline natin para hindi madama yung isa. So, bale siya ay tangent y. Bale, after substitution, it will be yung tangent squared magiging u squared plus 1. Tapos, to get a substitution for secant squared y dy, we'll apply derivatives. So, the derivative of secant squared tangent y is secant squared y dy. Meaning, yung secant squared y dy, we'll replace it by du. Okay? Ngayon, what do we do with this? Pwede natin siyang isolve separately. So, solve na natin siya na magkahiwalay. So, it'll be the integral of u squared du plus the integral of du, or 1 du, minus 2 times the integral of secant squared y dy plus the integral of dy. Okay? Ngayon, the integral of u squared du ay u cubed over 3, and the integral of du is u minus 2, the integral of secant squared y dy. Ito na may madali na mamaya yan, dalawang yan. May formula na naman yan eh. Okay? But then again, ito na yung answer natin supposedly for this one. Pero we have to express it in terms of u. So dapat nakatangent siya. So meaning, ang answer natin ay equals tangent cube y over 3. Wait, let's see. Plus tangent y. Minus 2, the integral of secant squared y dy plus the integral of dy. Okay? So ngayon, so okay na tayo. Bale, ito yung una natin solve, yung first term natin. So okay na tayo dyan. Ang integral ng secant raised to 4y dy by the application of case 2 is tangent cube y over 3 plus tangent y. Okay? Kuha niyo ba? Ngayon, pwede na tayo mag-move on dito sa sunod. So what is now the integral of secant squared y dy? What formula? May formula yan. What formula? Based on the formula, what will be the answer to the integral of secant squared y dy? Yan ay, based on the formula, may formula to. That is equivalent to tangent y. Yan, that's correct. So, bale magiging, again, iniutay-utay natin ha. Yan. Plus tangent y minus 2. Again, the answer here is tangent y. Sabagay, pwede na din natin itong isabay. What is the integral of dy naman? The integral of dy is, ano naman integral ng dy? Based on the formulas that you studied before. Y. Okay, that's correct. And then the integral of dy is y plus c. Okay? Ayan. So this should have been our final answer. However, kung papansin mo, we have tangent y minus 2 tangent y, which are like terms. So pwede pa natin yang pag-combinein. So tangent y minus 2 tangent y will lead us to tangent cube y over 3 minus tangent y plus c. So this is our integral. Ito yung final answer talaga natin. Konyaga. So again, the unique thing about this case 3 for group 2 is that kung sa case 3 ng group 1 ay pwede mong paulit-ulitin yung paggamit doon. Dito naman sa case 3, ang possible na paulit-ulit magamit ay yung case 2. So bali itong case 3 natin ay combination ng case 3 at saka ng case 2. Kuha niyo? Kuha natin. Okay. Ayan. So bali isang example lang tayo dito kasi medyo limited yung magiging example natin kasi yung conditions natin for case 3 ay limited din na it will really tawag dito. Yeah, magiging limited talaga yung paggamit natin dito gawa ng tangent lang yung possible na function. So hindi tayo pwede magbigay ng iba pang given. Okay? So ang pwede lang nating ibigay dito ay pataasin lang ng pataasin ang exponent. Okay? Pero dito, so far, okay na, for me, okay na yung example natin na yan. Pero if you still want to answer something related to that, hanap tayo dito. Wala na din dito eh. Kasi nga, madali lang siya. I mean, para ma-increase ang difficulty nito, tataasan mo lang yung exponent. So, that's the only way that this will be harder than this one. Okay? Kuha natin. But for the meantime, okay na tayo dyan. Pero nakuha ba natin? Kuha niyo agad? Okay. So again, cases 1 and 2 ng groups 1, 2, and 3, pare-parehas yun. Ibig sabihin, may ilalabas, may isa-substitute, at yun, may lalabas at may isa-substitute. Yung case 3 nila, halos pare-parehas din. Wherein, diretso substitution naman. Ano, kung babalikan niyo yung ating PowerPoint nito, ganun yung nangyari. Diretso substitution lahat. Kuha natin? Okay. So ngayon, before we move on with group 3, so mag-group 3 na tayo. Ano? So let me kindly give me just 2 minutes to drink water. Okay? And then, I'll be back at 5:30. Okay? Pero huwag kayo magalala, tapos natin yan. Madali naman yung group 3. Okay? Go.